This video is about chapter 2. Chapter 2 is one of my favorite chapters in the book. It's called Ugly Christians, and in this chapter I explain what I discovered about myself, and I know that it's true for many other people. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "I would have been a Christian had I not run into Christians." And I agree with that. I think that a lot of Christians are not attractive. And I became that myself. At one point in my life, I thought, why would anyone want this? Because it's not attractive. How this happens, though, is a bit accidental, and I think that the people that become like this, like myself, don't know they've done it. They don't know what they look like to others. And then when you see yourself, you don't know how to fix it. How to discover that you might be ugly on the inside, even though you're trying to do all the right things on the outside. People in the world say, "I don't want to be a hypocrite. I'd rather be a sinner than a hypocrite." It's not attractive. The things that happen to us in life as Christians, usually from a young age, that keep us out of trouble, which is helpful, but then make us become so judgmental, no one can stand being around us. Walking in the room, the whole room gets quiet. Oh, so-and-so's here. Do you really want to be that kind of person where everybody is not happy to see you? Well, the excuses that we used to say were that they felt convicted by the Holy Spirit when we were around, but I discovered that that was not necessarily the case. I want to be the kind of person that people feel love coming from me, and just a welcoming spirit, and that they want to be like me in the sense that they want what I have. Do you think that people want what you have? If so, people will want to be around you even if they're a sinner, even if they're not saved. People that want to avoid you, you might have to think about what's going on. What are you exuding from the inside that is not attractive? Chapter 2 in my book, called Ugly Christians, tells you how we become like that, and how it makes other people feel, and how that, just to discover that you might need to start looking at the inside. Now, my book can be painful to look at yourself. It's like holding up a mirror at the inside of yourself. And you think you have it all together. Maybe you've got yourself in a position where you're doing all the right things, and you've really built this family and this perfect world for yourself, thinking that you're pleasing God and you're doing all the right things. But you may be fooling yourself, and the sad thing is you're really not fooling others. Other people can see through you better than you can sometimes. And this book gives you an opportunity to look at yourself at a heart level, and it gets uncomfortable. But if you really want to improve yourself and allow God to probe around inside and show you, this room over here in your heart has been closed door for many years. Let's take a look at that. He lovingly wants to open that door and say, this needs to be swept and cleaned. You've been ignoring this room. So I don't know what your situation is in your heart, but God does. And my book, I like to say it's like a portal to the Holy Spirit. It's a portal to open the door to let God in and let Him look at you and talk to you where you haven't been willing to look at yourself, and so that you can become get rid of those old cobwebs in the corner and things that are causing you to be a bad witness, even without knowing it. Even though on the outside you think that you're being a good example, you may be judgmental and you don't know it. Am I an ugly Christian? Give God a chance to talk to you about that and see if you are. So I'll sign off, and that was chapter 2 in my book, First Watch the Inside, called Ugly Christian. Chapter 3 will be next. It's called Help, I'm a Hypocrite.